46 is brought to you by Dr. George Leeks, Pahrumps optometrist since 1990, offering full-spectrum eye care for children and adults. Call today, 727-8300. News is also brought to you by J.K. Nelson Law. Call 727-9900 today for your free consultation. If you need a lawyer, you need Nelson.
Tonight on News 46, an inflatable sign goes up in flames. Great Computer Deals talks about senior scams, and Petrick Park is filled with Old Town fun. News 46 starts now.
You're watching KPVM News 46 with Deanna O'Donnell. News 46, local coverage you can count on.
Good evening. It's Monday, May 9th, 2016. We hope you had a wonderful Mother's Day. I'm Deanna O'Donnell for News 46. Area 51 Fireworks had a close call Saturday afternoon when their inflatable Godzilla sign caught fire. News 46 spoke to Fire Chief Scott Lewis to find out more.
Saturday evening around 7:30 p.m., we were dispatched a report of a structure fire at 1381 East Highway 372. The initial report was that there was fire showing with heavy smoke at the roof. Upon our arrival, we found nothing showing from the exterior. However, we investigated by sending a crew, the Engine 1 crew, to the roof surface and found that a large inflatable Godzilla dinosaur type display that was affixed to the roof had become involved in fire. It burned up for the most part. It extended a little bit to the roof surface. Crews was quickly extinguished, investigated, and then the incident was pretty much over.
Why did that catch fire?
We believe that the motor failed, and then it just extended to the material that was encompassed. The fan actually blew hot air into the material inflated and then created our dinosaur.
And so there's been a number of issues at that location. Is that something that needs to be looked into, or is it just coincidence?
Totally coincidence, totally unrelated to anything to do with the fireworks. This could have occurred anywhere in the valley.
And so what should you do if you have an inflatable thing like that? Like, I know that they use them a lot for the sales around town, don't they?
They do. Just make sure that the motors are in good shape, make sure the wiring is good, and I guess that occasionally when those motors are deemed to be running hotter than normal, replace them.
Josh Osborne, owner of Great Computer Deals, has been inundated with customers coming to him sadly to say they have been scammed. Osborne reached out to News 46 to try to stop this from happening to our locals. He says it is heartbreaking to hear the stories of how especially seniors are being contacted by scammers who are taking money right out of their pocket by way of their personal computer.
These scams have been going on for a couple of years now, but we're kind of seeing an increase the last few weeks, so we figured it'd be a good idea to warn people of Pahrump. There's two major things going on right now. Number one is people are getting actual cold calls from people claiming they are with Microsoft or a company like that, claiming that they know they have a computer at home and that there's potential problems that they're finding and they need to get access to that computer. And basically what happens, the person on the other end will allow that person over the phone to get on the computer, remote in, and that person will then proceed to tell them that they're hacked or have thousands of viruses that need to be removed, and then convince them to spend $200-300 to actually fix the computer. Unfortunately, complete scam. Number one rule to understand, tech companies out there, especially companies like Microsoft, will never, ever, ever call you for any reason. You have to contact them first, and most of those companies will charge you once you contact them, but they will never cold call you and flat out tell you that there's an issue with your computer. We're seeing a lot of that right now, and a lot of seniors in Pahrump are being taken advantage because unfortunately they just don't know any better. And once they come to us, we can obviously remove the threat, but we can't basically get back their $200-300 that was spent already. So a lot of money is being lost. So we're trying to spread the word.
When they have access to the computer, they can also get access to your credit card numbers and so many other personal identification.
Potentially, yeah. Usually what they're looking for is just a quick grab where, hey, give us a credit card number. And these seniors usually are the ones that are giving access to that. So it's not even really tough for them. They don't really have to hack a bank account or anything like that because the recipient is willingly giving over that credit card number.
Just to, under the guise that they're fixing their computer.
Exactly. Yeah, basically, without going into too many technical details, they go to a place on your computer that would typically have errors, but any computer with a Windows operating system would have those errors. It's very normal. And then they use that as a point to say, see, there's where the issue is. And then, of course, they convince people to send over money with a credit card, money order. We see an electronic transfer.
They're very convincing, aren't they?
They are. I mean, for me personally, a lot of those times when they've called me, it's another person from India or an international person on the other end that causes me to kind of check out instantly. But again, we see a lot of people who, they just don't know any better. They don't know enough about computers to know what would be considered a red flag and what's not.
What should they do?
Honestly, it's going to be just common sense in this case. Again, the golden rule. Tech companies never call you. So as soon as you pick up the phone and there's another person on the end claiming to be with Microsoft or a company like that, I would say remove me from your list, hang up. Don't give them any signs whatsoever, because if you show even a minor amount of interest, they're going to take that as, okay, we didn't get them this time, let's call them again a month later and see if we can get them that time. So give them no hope of using you as a scam artist in the future.
We'll have more with Josh Osborne on tomorrow night's newscast on computer scams. If you've been scammed or need information on how to avoid scams, contact the Nye County Sheriff's Office at 775-751-7000. Never give any information to anyone over the phone who you do not know, no matter how legitimate it seems. You can contact Great Computer Deals at 775-990-8833. That's 775-990-8833. Or stop by their location on Highway 372 and West Street. The Wild West Extravaganza and Bluegrass Festival was held over the weekend at Petrick Park.
We had guns and garters, we had people on horses, we had ponies, and oh gosh, all
senior
kinds of stuff.
golden years, and I even think you saw a little couple of Miss Senior Nye County out there, but
Absolutely.
lots of people.
There were lots and lots of people.
It's a great parade, great turnout. We got the bluegrass music right behind us, and Dan Chinhoffin's doing that.
That's right, he is, and he has a raffle going on about once an hour now, and then he has his own raffle going on a little bit later, and that's for, I think it's a wheelbarrow full of beer.
Yes, for the VFW Food Bank, right?
Right.
And so we got some facades over here, and I see the Nye County District Attorney's Office, and so different people have sponsored this, and they're kind of all in the traditional garb.
Absolutely. We're trying to get people to come in traditional garb. It makes it a lot more fun, and we have people doing different kinds of races, old-timey races, for instance, over at the horse park. We're going to have the hide race later on.
What is that?
And the hide race is where you tie an old hide, cow hide, behind your horse, and you start off, your horse runs down to the end of the arena, picks up a rider, the rider jumps on the hide, and then whoever makes it back first across the line wins.
Oh my gosh, we haven't seen anything like this. The Wild West Extravaganza and Bluegrass Festival has really taken off.
Yes, it has.
And I know that you have some other rides around here, like hay rides and also some kiddie rides.
Yes, we do. And we're going to have more next year.
Wow.
We'll probably have little pony rides for little kids next year. We're working on that, and we're also working on having a stagecoach with stagecoach rides.
And of course, you can't forget that melodrama.
Oh no, the melodrama was absolutely excellent. I laughed myself all the way through it last night.
It's so fantastic this year. I know you guys have a whole bunch of crew that has been at this for months in the making to get this going just like this. We want to thank you guys so much.
This crew this year has been absolutely fantastic. Paula Elefante and Janice Maruzio were the head of it, but there's many other people. Our trail ride is Jim Hanna. We have people from the gardeners and from 4-H, and we have other folks putting on a revival. That's Tom Gilbert and his people are putting on an actual revival here all weekend. And then we've got lovely Ski over here that did it all.
And we'll give you an update on the Highway 160 road widening project when we return.